App6 Online Support Program, Class 10th, Week 6, Lesson 1, Subject Biology, prepared by Hefsa. Textbook Biology, page 45 to 49, Unit 12, Coordination and Control, topic Receptors in Human Ear plus Endocrine System. Objectives. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to understand the structure of human ear, describe the process of hearing, explain endocrine system, but up to parathyroid gland. So we will move towards the topic that is receptor in humans and ear. Ear helps in hearing and maintain balance of the body, and hearing is as important as vision. So the ear consists of three main parts: external ear, middle ear, and inner ear. Here you can see the structure of a human ear, that is pinna, auditory canal, eardrum. This portion is external ear. The three small bones, malleus, incus, stapes, this portion is middle ear, and semicircular canal, oval window, cochlea, this is inner ear. First one is external ear. External ear consists of pinna, that is the external part, and it is made of cartilage and covered with skin. Pinna helps to direct sound waves into auditory canal. Auditory canal is the second part, and it receives sound waves from pinna. It has special wax producing glands in the wall of auditory canal, and this wax and the hairs in the auditory canal protect ear from small insects, germs, and dust. In addition, they help to maintain the temperature and dampness of auditory canal. The third one is eardrum. That auditory canal ends in eardrum. This thin membrane separates basically the external ear from the middle ear. Middle ear. Middle ear is a chamber after external ear, and it consists of three small bones called middle ear ossicles and present in the chain in middle ear, and these are movable bones. The first one is malleus, that is attached with the eardrum. Then come incus, that receives vibration from the malleus, and finally stapes, that is connected with a membrane called oval window. Always remember, stapes is the smallest part of human body. Middle ear also communicate with the nasal cavity through eustachian tube. This tube regulates the ear pressure on both sides of the eardrum. Inner ear. The inner ear also consists of three parts, that is vestibule, which is present in the center of ear, semicircular canals. These are actually three canals present together and are posterior to vestibule. The third one is cochlea, which is made up of three ducts, wraps into a coiled tube. Sound receptors are present within middle duct of cochlea. Here is the structure of inner ear. Here you can see semicircular canal, this is vestibule, and this is cochlea. Process of hearing. The pinna of the external ear focuses and directs sound waves into auditory canal. These sound waves strikes eardrum and produce vibrations. From eardrum, these vibrations strikes middle ear and produce further vibration in malleus, incus, and stapes. From the stapes of the middle ear, the vibration strikes the oval window and reach the fluid-filled middle duct of cochlea. Always remember, the cochlea has receptor cells that is stimulated by these vibrations. So the receptor cells generate a nerve impulse which travel to the brain, and it is then interpreted as sound. As we know that air maintains the balance of the body. So how this happen? Semicircular canal and vestibule, that is a part of inner ear, help to maintain body balance. Semicircular canal contains sensory nerves which detect movement of head. Vestibule detect any type of change in posture of body. Neurons coming from these two receptors reach cerebellum through the auditory endocrine system. Endocrine system is a system that regulates the activities of the body. So which type of activities? That is growth, reproduction, maintenance of glucose consumption in body, and reabsorption of water in kidneys. Endocrine system use chemical to perform its function to communicate with the effectors, and these chemicals are known as hormones. So hormone is chemical in nature. Hormone is a specific messenger molecule synthesized and secreted by endocrine glands. So each endocrine gland has its own specific hormones. Blood carries these hormones to the target organs or tissues upon which they act. So important endocrine glands are pituitary gland, thyroid gland, parathyroid gland, adrenal glands, pancreas, and gonads. Pituitary gland is basically a pea-shaped gland, and it is attached to the hypothalamus of the brain. It has two lobes, anterior lobe and posterior lobe. It means it has two parts. So anterior lobe has its own hormones and functions, and posterior lobe has its own hormones and functions. So the first one is anterior lobe. It produces many hormones. Its important hormones are somatotrophin. Somatotrophin is a hormone which promotes growth of the body. If this hormone diminishes or declines during the growing age, so the rate of growth decreases and a person remain dwarf. If this hormone is excessively produced during the growth age, it leads to gignatism. Gignatism is that condition in which a person becomes very tall and overweight. The second one is thyroid stimulating hormone. This hormone stimulates simply thyroid gland to secrete their hormones. The hormone of thyroid gland is known as thyroxine. The second one is posterior lobe. It produces two hormones, vasopressin and oxytocin. Vasopressin increases the reabsorption of water from the nephrons, as you already know that in structure of kidneys that nephrons helps in the reabsorption of water. So their vasopressin is released by the posterior lobe of pituitary gland. When we have a low amount of water in body fluids, pituitary gland secretes vasopressin and more reabsorption of water occurs from nephrons into the blood. In this way, body retain water and less amount of urine is produced. On the other hand, when body fluids have more water, more water in the body fluid, so the production of this hormone get declined. Diabetes insipidus. This is a condition if pituitary gland does not secrete this hormone in the required amount, so the less water is reabsorbed from the nephron, and there is excess loss of water through urine. This condition is known as diabetes insipidus. The second hormone is oxytocin. Oxytocin stimulates the contraction of uterus wall in mothers for childbirth or during delivery of child. Moreover, this hormone is necessary for the ejection of milk from the breast for the newborn baby. The second one is thyroid gland. Always remember, thyroid gland is the largest gland in human body. Where it is located? It is present or located in neck region below larynx and produce a hormone known as thyroxine. So the hormone of thyroid gland is known as thyroxine. And important point, iodine is required for the production of this hormone. So if a person lacks iodine in the diet, thyroid gland will not produce its hormone, and result the thyroid gland get enlarged and a disorder happens that is known as goiter. So here we have two conditions about the release of thyroxine hormone. We have two conditions. The first is hypothyroidism and the second is hyperthyroidism. Hypothyroidism is caused by the underproduction of thyroxine. It is characterized by low energy production in body, slowing down of heartbeat. So hypothyroidism is caused by the underproduction or the low production of thyroxine. The second is hyperthyroidism. As the name indicates, hyper, it means high. So it caused by the overproduction, the excess production of thyroxine. So its symptoms include increase in energy production, increased heartbeat, frequent sweating and shivering of hands. On the other side, it produces another hormone that is called calcitonin. This is a hormone produced by thyroid gland, and that hormone decreases the level of calcium ions in the blood and promote the absorption of calcium ion from blood into the bones. As you know that calcium is important for the strength of bones. The second one is parathyroid gland. These are actually 4 glands situated on the posterior side of thyroid gland. They produce a hormone known as parathormone, and it increases the level of calcium ions in the blood. It is opposite of the calcitonin. This parathormone work opposite to the calcitonin. Calcitonin increases the level of calcium ion into the bones, and this parathormone increases the level of calcium ions from the bones into the blood. When there is increased production of parathormone, more than calcium salts are absorbed from the bones and added to the bones, making the bones brittle. The bones become brittle, it means the bones can easily be damaged or broken. But if there is a deficiency in the production of parathormone, blood calcium level falls and it leads to tetany, which affects the muscle functioning or functions of muscles.